Brown, Dr. Roberts, you're up.
I'm standing on behalf of Mrs. Zorb.
So we're calling it school choice.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Dr. Roberts, you're
Okay,
next.
so we're calling it school choice to force us to turn our neighborhood schools over to charter operators. When you silence parent voice in the education of our children, you should be ashamed. But we're dealing with a different sort here. For years, you have pushed a pro-charter agenda, closing 30 schools and moving children to overcrowded district schools and supplying charters. Many times they were no better and many were worse than the ones that were closed. You thought charters were the answer when you rolled it out to Marin and Steele. The parents voted overwhelmingly against it, even though that meant that the district would not support them by giving them the resources that they desperately needed, and that surprised you. You tried again by attempting parent trigger, and again you were denied as Ms. Sims yelled and berated our students when they let their voices be heard. The SRC member then denied her actions when it was clear what she had done. Remember? You all voted of failing schools. We are still waiting for an apology, and that should embarrass you. Now we are just going to hand our schools over. Now you just want to hand our schools over, and you should be ashamed. Your actions care nothing about the parents you say are so important. What data was used to identify Worcester, Cook, and Huey for charter conversion? SPP, which is extremely test-heavy in their data. And we all know that the test data doesn't tell accurately what the child knows, but what their economic level is. What's the climate? Well, when you take away valuable, engaging programs and necessary personnel, you get dangerous situations in all of our schools. The schools in the most vulnerable Philadelphia neighborhoods are being marked as easy targets for the privatization model, using faulty data. This is what I know. We have children as young as 9 years old getting up early, getting ready and off to school all by themselves. We have parents who are overstressed and underemployed who are trying their best to be there for their children academically. We have parents who have tried to get their children into charter schools but have been denied, especially those who have behavioral IEPs and for special education needs. We have teachers, counselors, and nurses who come in early, stay late, volunteer their time to provide the basic necessities to children who have nothing and no one to help them. We have district schools that are currently being flooded with children kicked out of their charter schools. The reason Worcester, Cook, and Huey have been targeted is because they are black and they are poor. They are 84 to 96% black, and all of them 100% economically disadvantaged. These schools do not appear on the Pennsylvania Auditor General's assessment of 561 academically challenged schools. But you know who is? A whole host of charter schools, including Mastery and Pitt. So what are we actually doing this for?
Thank you, Dr. Roberts. Thank you, ma'am.